Thursday, April 9th, 2015 monthly township meeting. And we will start with the pledge to the flag. Mr. Bennett, would you lead us?
Sure. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now if we could have a moment of silence, please. Thank you very much. And now I'd like a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Is there a second?
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have nobody here for the Historic District Commission report. And now we're open for public comment. Anyone for public comment? Ed?
Ed, will you tell me how you spell your name? Because I have to look it up every time.
E-R-D-T.
E-R-D-T, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably speaking to the wrong people about this, but since we talked about roads in our last meeting, and I know I ran out of time. I'm looking at the ballot here, okay? Expanding competitive bidding for roads. That's a no-brainer. You should be doing that anyway. I don't need to vote on that. Like I said, I'm just bouncing this stuff off of you. Warranty for road projects. Now that hits me hard. We give a large percentage to engineering and designing. I believe it's 35%, whether it be 25%, whatever it is, to the road commission, to engineer and design a road. And then in that money is they inspect the road, they make sure it's built right, make sure it goes down right. Well, if we warranty the contractor, tell him to warranty his road, he's building it the way he was told to build it by the road commission. How can he warranty it? Because they're telling him what to do. I'm already paying for a warranty through the road commission, through their design, through their inspections. So I just want to bring that up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question? So what you're saying is it's kind of like telling General Motors how you want your car built and then telling them you want a warranty on it.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying we're asking the road commission to do. Or I mean the contractors building the road. We're telling them how to do it and we're telling them how to, and then they have to warranty it.
Correct. It just doesn't work.
So we can tell the road commission to quit engineering and let the people engineer them themselves.
We don't need a road commission then. If we're going to get a warranty from a contractor, because the road commissions are warranty.
Different way to look at it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. I see nobody else for public comment. And so we'll move on to the approval of the minutes of March 10th, March 12th, and March 24th.
I'll motion that we approve those minutes, all three of them.
Is there a second?
Support.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. And so we'll go on to your report, Mr. Guzzo.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. It's my pleasure to present the monthly bills. The general total is $1,010,875.85. The DPW total is $276,385.57. The solid waste total is $117,600.67. And for a grand total of $1,917,649.59. Move approval as presented, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
I'll support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. And now we're getting into the other part. The board will consider, first, the recommendation of the Planning Commission to amend Articles 2, 3, and 4 of the zoning ordinance. We went through these with our planner the other day, and these all involve the senior citizen definitions and ordinance control in regard to the senior citizens. Uh,
Madam Chair?
Yes, would you make a
Yeah,
motion?
I'll make the motion that these are to bring us in line with the standard definitions that are known by the state and some of the state licenses and what have you. And so our consultants have advised us on these ordinances, and I'd make the motion to adopt the ordinances as presented.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? We've gone through the city works, the engineer went, or our director of public works went through this the other night in regard to purchasing city works software for that department, which could be extended to other departments as needed. Could I have a motion on this?
I'll motion that we purchase that software.
I'll support.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Next, the DPW has requested to hire an independent contractor for code enforcement. I did want to say here that I would like to inject the word director, because the actual, after DPW, because he will be in charge of the independent contractor. However, the actual work in that department will be under the building department, and that's what it comes out of the budget. Okay?
Thank you for that.
Yeah, good.
So it'll read the DPW director.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'll make the motion
I'll
to
support.
request.
Sorry, I jumped on it.
That's okay.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? DPW is also requesting to begin a project to eliminate the Holly Road sewer pump station.
I'll make the motion that we move forward with plans to eliminate the Holly Road pump station.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The approval of the 2015 chloride schedule. What?
Madam Chair, and this is a new addition to our agenda that we didn't talk about on Tuesday, and this is at the request of DPW Director Sears. Apparently, there's been a request from the county that we let them know what our preference is for the chloride schedule, and as I understand it, there are 3 possible applications. The cost breakdown, according to correspondence from the Road Commission, is that the first application will be a 50-50 split between the Township and Road Commission. The second application, which is optional, is one that would fall 100% to us cost-wise. And then the third application would be at the expense of the Road Commission.
Yeah.
And so and Director Sears has suggested that we do the first application and then what I'll call the spring application and then the fall application, and not put a second intermediate.
There is a question, because last year it was said that unless you did the second, the second one, they were going to pay 1.5 of the chloride applications, okay? But they were only going to do that if you did the second application. So I would like to table this, because in this year's contract that isn't clear, and so I would like to table this until our next, the end of the month meeting.
Can I comment? I think it's due to the county.
Okay.
Right, I think we
Before
have to
that.
vote tonight, yes.
Yeah.
I'll read you the section that has to do with costs straight from the Road Commission's letter. It said that the Genesee County Road Commission and the Township will assume 50-50, meaning /50 of the cost of materials for the first application of 38% calcium chloride at an application rate of 2,000 gallons per mile. If the township should feel the need for the additional application spread at the same rate, the cost will be 100% at the expense of the township, period. The Genesee County Road Commission will assume 100% of the cost of the material for the third application.
Right.
So according to this document, it's
There's nothing
50-50 on the
in
first,
Mhm.
there's no obligation on the second if we don't want it, and then it's 100% Road Commission on the third.
Right.
I would suggest that that's not how I understand that, because if they're using the term second, you have the first, you can't skip, you can't say we're eliminating 2 and going to 3. That doesn't make any sense. So the third one, the one they're calling, would actually be the second. So because 1 and 2, I mean, I don't see where the second application. Now, if you say the second application, and we do the first, and the second one is going to be the very next one. You can't have an intervening one between the first and the second.
So anyway, can we make a contingent deal that,
Sure.
yes,
Just to kind of clarify, it's always been an option at the county, and they changed it a couple times. Like a couple years back, we actually ended up doing like 3 or whatever, but they've changed the contract every year. So I think what they're saying is usually they want to commit for just 2, the first one and the one at the end of the year, okay? But they give us the option of putting the other one in the middle.
And I would be good with that if that's what it said, but that's not what that says. It says first, and we're responsible for the second.
It says we're optional.
50-50 on the first, right? And then it says, if the township should feel the need for the additional application, the cost will be 100% of the township, period. The Genesee County Road Commission will assume 100% of the cost of material for the third application.
The only way they're going to do a third is if we do a second.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we think.
I think that's exactly what it says.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
I remember going through this last year too, the very same thing, but something about last year's, I'm not sure which way it was written, if the county would do the whole thing first and we'd pay, and we wouldn't have to pay anything, but whatever it was, we ended up having to pay, even though it wasn't in the contract, we had to pay at least half of that first one.
Yeah, what happened last year is it was so, they had so much water, it was so wet last year, they didn't have to do 3 applications, okay? They only ended up doing 1, and so instead of the county paying 100% of just only 1 application, they decided to split it between us and them. Of course, you know, we have at least one at 50-50, so it's in line. So.
If they worded it that the first application is in the spring, the second application is in the summer, and the third application is in the fall, then if they said we will pick up what we are terming the first and the third, then we could reasonably assume that that's what they mean. Otherwise, I just don't see it.
that's why I asked if we could make the
Resolution.
The resolution contingent on the.
So I would make a motion that we approve this contingent upon the first being the spring one.
Yeah.
If we act out of the second, the county will pick up the third, and I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Is that the way you understand it, Earl?
Yeah, because we need at least 1 application, okay? If you don't, you have to have at least
I agree with
1,
that.
because with the roads out there, if it's super dry, they've got to have this, otherwise the dust is just unbearable.
I'll support Mr. Reardon's motion.
Can I, just one comment on the motion, potentially? There's apparently in the body of the agreement, they've broken out their boxes. And the first box says first application of chloride late April 2015. And then the next box says third application of chloride mid-September 2015. And then it says second application of chloride June 15. And so I think they're trying to say what, I understand exactly what Dr. Reardon is saying, but I think the intent is that the middle application is at your option and it's 100% your cost if you choose.
And if that's the case, then my motion would work.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much is an application?
10,000 or something.
Okay.
Is it that you've got that also, don't you, Dave?
Well, I have the total cost.
Yeah.
I actually do. Yeah,
The township pays $5,403 each for the first one, the split. The township 100% for $10,800, and the county for $10,800 on the third.
And that seems to, again, reiterate what we've been talking about as far as.
Okay. The motion has been stated. Was there a second?
Yes, there was.
Yes. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The next one is promoting Stephanie Nong from a Chapter 11 clerical 1 to a clerical 2. we have
You
gone.
said chapter 11, but she's at chapter W.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm sorry, chapter W.
I motion that we promote her.
I'll support it.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Stephanie is promoted. Approval of the full-time firefighters, International Association of Firefighters tentative agreement.
Well, I'm making the motion that we do this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
second
it
it.
took so
Okay.
long, you guys. I don't want you to think it was us. And I
Okay,
know it wasn't you.
okay, all those in, oh, this,
Who's second, Scott or Jude?
Earl.
is it,
Girl.
this, does this have to be a roll call?
If you don't mind.
Yes,
Okay. Dr. Reardon?
Yes.
Mr. Guzik?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoffman?
Yes.
Myself, yes, and Mr. Bennett.
Yes.
is there any other business that people have to come before the board? In that case, let's, I would like,
I think-
we
I think
need-
we have reports.
excuse me, the reports, yes. Okay.
Oh, we got some business coming before the board?
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to thank you all. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Well, we thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
we thank you for your patience, okay?
Right.
Is there any other business that comes before the board? In that case, I have, my list of what I did is a little long, so I will send it to you, thank you. And Larry's not here on Fire Commission. Scott, will you go ahead on the?
Yeah, the Metro Alliance didn't meet last month, and actually I was not able to attend the Planning Commission this month. I was on a
Okay,
college visit with my son, so.
that's right, well, that's important.
All right.
Okay, and Clark Hand isn't here, and Larry Anderson isn't here. Dave, have you got anything special to report on?
I don't?
I'll make a motion to
Wait,
adjourn.
I have a question.
No, you can discuss it.
Go
Can
ahead.
I ask it?
Absolutely.
And it's for you planning commission guys. I just happened to be looking at the master plan today to find something out. And it says that they have to be renewed every 5 years. Are we coming up to renew ours or look at ours or?
They're actually reviewing it right now, aren't they?
Yeah, and what that language requires is that the planning commission take a look at what we have and make amendments as required. And so, and the reason I say it that way is because it's not like we have to redo our entire
Right.
master plan. It's just we need to make whatever changes incrementally that may be needed. And I think that they're in the process of completing.
Thanks.
Okay, now to.
Make a motion to adjourn.
All those in favor?
We gotta get support for that.
Yeah,
We
okay.
gotta get support for
Okay,
that.
that's
Support.
I'll support. Who
Okay.
supported?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? We are